Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's edition of the Maconi Setup Shop A-Fix Tutorials. This week we're looking at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so strap in and let's get to it. I was trying to wait as long as I could to make this video. As you can tell by how I sound, I haven't been having the best week. I know I'm hard to listen to when I feel normal, so I can imagine this is going to be tough. So bear with me as I try to get through this. I'm kidding. Uh, Yeah, Las Vegas. What a very unique racetrack we have. A lot of character to this place. I'm gonna try to help you guys navigate as best I can. There's some tricks to turn one that we'll go through, and then the big thing in 3 and 4 is this wide arc. Now that second set of dash lines that we went by, I'm gonna talk about that being your aim point. And for good reason. But starting in turn one, the characteristics of turn one, if you don't know, there's a lot of bumps that are kind of in between the very bottom and the seam. So if you're going to run the bottom, you really want to commit to the white line. Okay, if you try to take a wide arc into one and still run the white line, you're going to go through those bumps and it's going to upset the car, not in the sense that you're going to wreck, but it upsets the car in a term that it makes it really hard to get to that white line. Okay, so you want to commit before you get to the corner. Um, this track is all about clean air. So if everybody's running the seam here, which to me is the faster line because it's smoother, it does burn the right rear up a little bit more, but um, it is faster. The bottom, though, you still carry good momentum. You still carry a lot of speed on fresh tires. As the run goes on, you're going to want to move up unless you've taken care of your tires really good. If nobody's running down there, then it's still okay to use, but it's really hard to make passes down there. Because of how smooth this seam is, you're able to carry the throttle a lot more, and you have a better run down the back straightaway. For these laps here, I know you don't see my ticker, but going into turn 3, I was a good 300s up from running the bottom in 1 and 2. So just something to keep in mind. Um, you don't want to wide arc as much into one. Like I said, if you're going to run the bottom, you want to make sure you're below those bumps. And if you're going to run the middle, you don't have to take a big wide arc. Okay, this lap right here, this lap 6, that's about as low as you want to get. Okay, that's where I just started to catch the bumps with the left sides. Any lower than that, you're going to be in the bumps, the car is going to bounce, and it's going to be hard to hold that line. Now for turn 3. Um, as I was saying earlier in the video, the second set of dash lines going into 3, that's what you're trying to run over when you want to run the bottom. Okay, the bottom in 3 and 4 traditionally is the faster way around the racetrack. The middle is okay when you're racing. Again, clean air means everything here. So wherever somebody isn't, that's probably where you want to run. But trying to make passes on the bottom around here is rather difficult unless you've got a really good car. In this case, with the fixed setup, you really have to take care of your tires to make it work. You'll see a lot of people running the top. Again, in solo car, running the top, because of how much on throttle time there is, the top's always going to look terrible. Okay, but I promise you in the race it's going to be useful. The top is really good to hold people off. Okay, um, it's really hard to make passes around here. If people are running the top, they're going to have a lot more momentum. You need the whole racetrack essentially to complete the pass. But for turn 3, when you run on the bottom and you run over that second dash line, okay, that's it's good in a lot of ways, and it's a big secret to getting around here because if you enter too shallow into 3, you start putting a lot more wheel in it to hold it down on the center, and then you really push up on exit, and that wall off of turn 4 comes up in a hurry. Okay, so that big wide arc into 3, running over that second dash line, that's a good visual because that means that you're going to lengthen the apex and you're going to have your nose pointed down the racetrack longer so that this wall off of turn 4 here shouldn't be a factor. Okay, it's a very easy place to hit the wall. I think it's the easiest place of any racetrack that we go to. I think turn 4, the exit of turn 4 Las Vegas is the easiest place to get in trouble. And I've said that for years. Turns 1 and 2 here, very smooth, very straightforward. You don't see very many people have accidents there, but you see a lot of accidents off of turn 4 because the guy on the bottom gets tight and they push up, and before they know it, that wall right there where the cement is jumps out and grabs you, and there's no safer barrier there. It is all cement. Okay, we'll switch over to the in-car here and try to do a few pointers. Okay, just under the bumps here. Again, trying to get to the white line. Again, being solo car, I get away with a lot more throttle input. When you're in traffic, it's not going to happen. So be smooth. And right here, see how we run that second dash over? Now we're on the white line, and we're just wrapping the corner. Okay, this wall right here ultimately shouldn't even be a factor. Now, if you were to enter turn 3 shallow, like a lot lower than what I did, you're going to get to the white line, but you're going to have a lot more wheel input. It's going to be harder to carry that center speed, and in turn, you're going to get really tight on the exit of turn 4. And the next place that you're going to end up is hitting the wall, or you're going to have to lift so much to stay off of the wall that you're going to lose a lot of positions from the guys behind you. Okay, that's another common lane in turn 3 right there, just around that seam. It's just enough room for a guy underneath you. It's going to make it really hard for them to complete a pass. And then right here, I just think this is the fastest lane around the racetrack. Seam in 1 and 2, bottom in 3 and 4. If you're going to qualify, I really think the seam in 1 and 2, bottom in 3 and 4 is the way to do it. But the traditional line around Las Vegas is this lap right here, this lap 10, seam in 1 and 2, bottom in 3 and 4. I know normally this lap 10 I do the silent laps so you guys can watch and get visuals. Honestly, with how I'm feeling right now, I just wanted to get this done. As you can tell by my voice, I'm obviously still dealing with the changing weather. Hopefully for the next video I'll be back to normal and things can go back to normal. But for the sake of this, I just wanted to try to get this done as quick as I could for you guys and give you guys as much information as possible because, well, my throat's really ticklish and this is the most I've spoken in the last couple days, so I just wanted to get this done. But yeah, that's the best advice that I can give you for Las Vegas for both corners. I did this run in 5th gear. I do think that in race and in traffic you're going to be shifting. I personally hate shifting at these races. Being in solo car, I don't have to deal with dirty air, so it's a lot easier to stay in 5th gear and not have to worry about dirty air and traffic. I can keep my momentum and drive the car. But with the gearing in this car, I do think that if you're mid-pack, I don't think it's faster to shift if you're up front, but I do think, later in the run, if you're in traffic and you're trying to run the bottom or something, or you're just trying to run the normal lane, I do think you're going to be shifting into 4th. I can grab 5th gear around the start-finish line, and I could almost run 4th gear all the way into turn 3 down the back straightaway. I start chipping a little sooner than I'd like, but that's why I just did this whole run in 5th gear. But I just want to make a note that shifting may very well be possible. I didn't think shifting would be a thing at Kansas, and I was wrong. I watched a lot of those races, and everybody was shifting, so my apologies on that. I just wanted to make a note of that for this video. Okay, guys, that'll just about do it for this week's video. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, something I may have missed, or something you want clarification on, please leave a comment down below. If you find that this video is helpful, please consider leaving a like. And last but not least, if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can see these videos every Monday when they're uploaded to the Maconi YouTube page. Alright guys, best of luck this week, and we'll see you on the track.